Good evening, everyone. His Holiness the 17th Gyalwa Karmapa, honorable teachers, Sangha members, and dear participants. I'm honored to stand here on behalf of Kibi to give the conclusion speech of the Public Meditation Course 2024 with the presence of nearly 200 participants from all over the world. For 9 days, we have been receiving teachings about the Chenrezig, also known as Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion. Chenrezig practice involves cultivating compassion and loving kindness through meditation, mantra recitation, visualizations, and ritual. The mantra Om Mani Padme Hum is believed to purify negative emotions and enhance the practitioner's compassion. The practice aims to awaken the innate compassion within, help reduce suffering, and promote the welfare of all sentient beings. The Sochong vow helps practitioners focus on maintaining moral integrity by committing to its precepts such as refraining from killing, stealing, lying, and other harmful actions. This strengthens personal discipline and cultivates a sense of responsibility for one's actions, leading to greater ethical clarity in everyday life. By adhering to the vow and following its guidelines, practitioners create a mental environment free from distractions and negative habits. These enhance mindfulness, self-awareness, and inner peace, making it easier to focus on meditation and spiritual development. Tilopa's Ganges Mahamudra is a key text in the Buddhist Mahamudra tradition, attributed to the Indian master Tilopa, who lived in the 10th century. The text presents a direct and experiential approach to meditation, focusing on the realization of the ultimate nature of the mind. The Ganges Mahamudra outlines a path that emphasizes the importance of direct experience over intellectual understanding. Tilopa's teachings encourage practitioners to transcend conceptual thinking, letting go of attachment and distractions to realize the natural state of the mind, which is clear, luminous, and free from dualistic perceptions. The Uttra Tantra Shastra is a foundational text in the Mahayana Buddhist tradition, attributed to the great Indian scholar Maitreya and transmitted through the teachings of Asanga. The text is often regarded as a profound exposition on the nature of Buddha nature and the inherent potential for Buddhahood within all sentient beings. The Uttra Tantra Shastra emphasizes the concept of Tathagata Garbha, which refers to the Buddha nature or embryo of Buddhahood that exists within all beings, regardless of their current state. This text explores how all beings possess the potential to attain Buddhahood, and it provides a framework for understanding the nature of the mind, enlightenment, and the qualities that define a Buddha. That being said, the spiritual teacher in Buddhism is crucial not just for imparting knowledge, but for offering the guidance, support, and inspiration needed to walk the difficult path to enlightenment. To be exact, 914 years ago, Tuzum Khenpa, the first Karmapa, was born in the snowy reaches of the Tibet, known as one of the earliest leaders in Tibetan Buddhism. The vow Tuzum Khenpa met 914 years ago resonates deeply in a world which is still grappling with suffering. His commitment to take rebirth in samsara is a profound expression of selflessness, a beacon of hope for all sentient beings caught in the cycles of existence. As long as suffering persists, the Karmapa's vow assures that their compassionate presence will be endured, guiding humanity towards enlightenment. This legacy is not just a testament to the spiritual depth of the Tibetan Buddhism, but also a reminder that one individual's vow can ripple across centuries, transforming countless lives. In every Karmapa, we witness the timeless promise of Tisum Khenpa, a life devoted to the well-being of others, reborn again and again for the sake of all beings. So, therefore, Your Holiness, I would like to express my deepest gratitude on behalf of all the participants present here for the incredible opportunity to receive the Chenrezig empowerment from you. Your kindness is leading the Chenrezig practice and imparting such precious teachings has touched our hearts profoundly. The wisdom and compassion you share continue to inspire us on our spiritual path. Thank you also for the insightful question and answer session. Your guidance and clarity in responding to our queries have helped deepen our understanding and practice. We feel deeply fortunate to be under your guidance. May your life be long and your compassionate activities continue to benefit all sentient beings. For the past 9 days, we have been incredibly fortunate to receive the precious guidance of Trubung Yigam Rinpoche, who graciously offered the Sojong Vow early each morning. His commitment to ensuring that we uphold our ethical discipline was deeply inspiring. His own meditation practice served as a living example of these teachings, and we were able to witness firsthand the transformative power of sustained meditation. Through his direct guidance and the wisdom he shared, Rinpoche has helped us deepen our practice, strengthen our commitment to the path, and gain invaluable insights into the true nature of mind. We are truly grateful for his compassionate presence and the teachings that will continue to guide us on our journey. Thank you, Trubung Rinpoche. We are deeply grateful to Khenpo Tsering for his illuminating teachings on Ganges Mahamudra, through which he generously shared his profound experience and expertise. His teachings on this advanced meditation practice, which unites the practice of both karma abiding and the insight meditation, were both accessible and deeply transformative. Khenpo Tsering skillfully explained the subtle yet powerful techniques involved in the practice, offering practical advice drawn from his own years of dedicated study and meditation. Thank you, Khenpola. We have been incredibly fortunate to receive teachings from Khenpo Chocho on the Uttara Tantra Shastra Kyu Lama. Through his clear and insightful explanations, Khenpo Chocho has helped us deepen our understanding of this profound text, which explores the nature of the Buddha's mind, the potential for all beings to attain Buddhahood, and the path to realizing this potential. His teachings not only illuminate the profound philosophical concepts within the text, but also guided us on how to apply these teachings practically in our daily lives. We are deeply grateful for his wisdom and dedication. Thank you, Khenpola. A heartfelt thank you to our interpreter, Tudop Tulachan, for your invaluable work in translating Trubung Yigam Rinpoche's teachings from Tibetan to English. Without you, our participants, will not get this opportunity to receive precious teachings of Trupmenla. Volunteers, on behalf of Kibi, I stand before you with heartfelt gratitude and profound appreciation for all our dedicated volunteers who have worked tirelessly, offering their time, energy, and compassion to the Public Meditation Course 2024, such a remarkable success. I am deeply grateful to each of you for your invaluable contributions and for being shining examples of service and commitment. Your efforts have not only enriched the lives of our participants, but have also brought great joy and inspiration to our entire community. Also, I would like to thank our chefs and kitchen team for preparing delicious and healthy food. Thank you very much. Last but not least, to all the participants, Kiwi deeply appreciates your presence here, and we hope that you have learned ample of teachings through our precious teachers, and you will continue to live up to their teachings through your daily practice, wherever you will be. We thank you for coming to Kibi and sharing your time with us. Thank you, everyone. Finally, I dedicate merits that we have earned collectively through this course for the sake of all sentient beings who has not heard the word of Dharma and who has not experienced the benefit of Dharma. May every sentient beings of 6 realms meet the Dharma and reach the state of Buddhadatta. Tujhe che sarva mangalam.
And dear friends, in addition, as every year, it is worth to mention that the volunteers have been working to support the course together with the monks. And I think this is something which makes this place very special, that we are working here together. And now I will read the names of the volunteers who joined the Kibi course, but please keep in mind that each department that I will recall is also led by some monks. So I think this is really interesting to mention our cooperation. So I will read the names, and those of you who will recognize your name, please step forward from this side in order to receive some small gift as a thank you from Kibi and His Holiness. So at first, translation into Russian, Svetlana and Maria, then German, Claudia and Ingrid, Polish, Malvina. Then we have technical team, Daniel and Paul and Sebastian from abroad. Please step forward. Security, Najendra. Yes, please. Please. Yes, please. Gompa preparation, Catherine, Tanya, and Sisi. Drinks to the teachers, Olga. Flower team, Darek, Asha, Olga, Elena, and David. Gompa entrance, Peter and Conrado. Library, Catherine, Conrado, Nicola, and Elena. Shop team, Katia, Claire, Marta, and Bettina. Dining hall, Dorje, Mariana, and Monica. Cafeteria, Justyna, Roxana, Olga, Lucyna, Olga, Svetlana, Aleksy, Maria, Ina, Shanyang. and Bettina for the coordination. Information Center, Karma Diki and Karma. And now we would like to introduce Awa, who will introduce the upcoming Kibi course.
So hello. Many of you might not know, since it was announced quite late, but in February there will be a study course for 3 weeks, from the 6th of February to the 27th of February. It will start a 3 years study course, so it's going to be continued. The program will include 3 classes on view, conduct, and meditation. It will be given by Karmapa Chenrezig and Geshe Lobsang. The registration will be open from tomorrow and will go out with the newsletter. If you don't have the subscription of the Kibi newsletter, you can go to you can write to info@kibi-ido.org. Then you will be subscribed. And yes, further information will also come on the website within the next 3 days. I'll try my best to put everything in there. And I will also update it as soon as I get more information. And if you have further questions and you're here, you can come and ask me. Or if you're not here, and you can write me an email, or you can write an email to academic@kibi-ido.org. It will also be shown in the streaming I will start, so everyone who doesn't get it from that, you can look it up there. And I would kindly ask you maybe to wait until you get the information from the newsletter and the website, and then ask further questions. I think there will be a lot of questions now. I hope I can answer the most by reading that. Yes, thank you.
very good evening. And yes, so I suppose part of the continuation of what was mentioned, I think it's a good opportunity, yes, in terms of how much we will be able to learn, how much we will be able to apply. Of course, it's a mystery. The show, it says, yes, must go on. It's a line from a certain film, anyway. So anyway, we have these great opportunities, of course, here and in other places, I'm sure. And of course, I understand that it's arduous in a way for all of you to travel all the way here. But nevertheless, I have a strong feeling, that if you are able to somehow participate in some ways, I think it could be very, very interesting. Yes, we are wasting time anyways, so why not waste time in a interesting way, and have a wonderful time, So this is, I'm trying to be as honest as I can. So therefore, I think that's it. So therefore, hopefully, all of you will be able to find some time, find some opportunities. If not, no pressure at all. Yes. So then, of course, I would also like to take the opportunity to thank everyone, all the teachers, starting from Drupan Nijam, Kimbutsering, and of course all the organizers, the volunteers, everyone. Time well spent, I think, in a way, yes. We might not exactly develop or grow a bump on top of one's head, but nevertheless, it's nice time being spent. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed spending these few hours with all of you. I can sense or feel the enthusiasm in you, in your eyes particularly, and it's very, very heartwarming. And so just wanted to say that. And then to all the viewers, I hope you've had a good time. And yes, but there's nothing like doing things in person. The streaming application is unbelievable, of course. It really breaks all kinds of borders, but nevertheless, there is something unique, of course, when you do things in person. But I'm not trying to say that to a point where you have to feel I don't know, upset about it or anything like that. It's just, there is something, yeah. So then, having said that, I hope you will find a nice evening today. Yesterday's us is completely gone, and so although we may have a habit of this feeling that is another day, surely it is another day, but nevertheless we have changed so much from yesterday already. One could almost say almost any trace of our yesterday is completely gone, but nevertheless we what we could say mood or karma seems to be there, I suppose, that we are still here, and so this is something really interesting to think about, I think. Yes. Yes. So then, before we begin courses, the final Chenrezig meditation, then if you have some thoughts you would like to share or a question in the form of a question, yes, you're most welcome. The gentleman with the mustache.
Dear Karmapa, thank you for the Q&A. My question is regarding, well, basically, when machines start claiming rights and suffering, it's an ethical, we will be confronted with an ethical decision to make.
Okay.
Of, how to react. Basically. Unplug, yeah. Probably not possible anymore, eventually. But yeah, it's a discussion going on that machines will eventually claim yes, rights. So just ignore?
I don't know. Machine. It's like saying animals, similar. Yes. We do rely on them quite heavily, of course, just like animals, but yes, that kind of term can be interpreted as some sort of a put down term, or you're an animal, or you're a machine, Probably that's the part where we have to deal with, I suppose. Maybe that's the part where maybe we should not ignore. Yeah. Otherwise, animals have roamed this world completely. Yes. Way before humans came. Yeah. Or humans sprouted. So machines, I don't know. Maybe it's just like animals, I cannot think of much to say. Yeah. But it's a very interesting idea, of course. We cannot do away with it, and yet at the same time we are heavily dependent on it, sort of thing. Yes. So, yeah.
There's a question next to me. I'm going to translate.
Very good.
Two short questions. The first. So, if you among us are not from the Kagyu tradition, and
Okay.
the question is if it's okay to be here.
Well, you're already here.
And the second question? How can you define the now?
Define the now. I don't know.
Or what is it? That's the question.
Yes. Mm, it's I mean, there are volumes and volumes of descriptions about what that is. And for example, we are practicing Chenrezig right now, I suppose. And maybe that's one of the techniques to get there, you know, or to recognize. But how we will exactly arrive there, it's very unique, yes. I mean, to be really technically correct is something like saying maybe we have to understand, time in terms of past and future. Then maybe we will get sort of a side effect of those two, yes. And then therefore maybe we can call it the present or now or this moment or something like that. Otherwise it's completely arbitrary. Doesn't mean anything. No meaning at all. It's like how the name of Chenrezig sounds to us when we first hear about it, completely foreign, meaningless, But then we can try and try and try to condition ourselves to decorate, put together, organize, and to say it means this, it means that. And the more we habitualize ourselves, the more you get this feeling that I think it means that, Yeah. Otherwise, completely meaningless. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So, Your Holiness, I wanted to ask, because we've been talking about the Chenrezig practice
Yes.
all this course, and you talked about predecessors and the lineage behind, at the beginning, standing behind it. And I was wondering about the creator of this practice.
Mm-hmm.
Who was this person? And maybe, do you know how this practice was appeared?
I don't know. Or someone name goes with the name of Tonton Gyabo or something. King of 1,000 fields or something. Cheesy name. I don't know. Maybe he thought, why not? I don't know. We can, of course, we can try to trace, in terms of history, yes. And we may find a certain address and certain dental record. But what does it mean? Nothing at all, actually. But like I said, it's the thought that counts, And so that's why I think we talk a lot about the aspiration. Because application, yes, of course, it's very important, yes. Probably that's where we are trying to get down to. Like, for example, now in February you will have this course of Dagon Jesum, as in meditation or application. No, what is it? Meditation, meditation. So anyway, yes, it's the thought that counts, I think, yeah. Very almost intangible sort of thing, yet at the same time, maybe that's the only thing there is, It's like atmosphere, I think. If there is no atmosphere, then it would be like the image of, let's say, moon, Yes, it's there, but somehow nothing really interesting. But pictures taken from here, it's always interesting because there is a sense of mood, because of the atmosphere, yeah? And therefore it creates valleys and, foreground, midground, background, it plays. Anyway, aspiration is, I think it's the thing. Yeah. Doesn't really matter who composed it, Yeah, like we could think of, I don't know, Mozart or something, yes. The person, we have some records about the person. Either it's completely comedic or tragic, we don't know. Yeah. That's as far as we will be able to get to. But it's the thought that counts, So yeah, in this case, let's say Mozart, and his music, yeah. It's the thought that counts. We really don't know whether he meant it for the benefit of all sentient beings or something. We don't know. Yeah. But it's interesting. Yes, very interesting. Many say, if you let children or infants listen to it, they will become, great, people. Yes, like Jack from The Incredibles. And there was a part where they said that Jack became amazing or got his powers because the babysitter played Mozart, for Jack. So, I don't know. But it's interesting, Interesting in a way that there is no intent there at all, real plan, a purpose. And so, yet at the same time, it's not completely just pure noise, It's done with understanding of music, yes, understanding how music works, and through that artistry, you do something completely meaningless. Yeah. So, I don't know, Chenrezig, again, surely, we can create a lot of sadhanas, any one of us in this room can come up with lots of variations of sadhanas. And each of them would have their own full right of, of recognizing it as a sadhana. Yeah. But the thing is, in here, that skillful means, meaning, are you or are we good in this field? You know, that's one of the questions here. We have to be good at it. Yes. We have to be good at, for example, meditation. We have to be good at visualization. We have to be good at many other fields. Yeah. So through and through, if we are a good meditator or something, who knows? Then maybe we can compose certain sadhanas. So that's there, yeah. So therefore, being skillful, which could be translated as hardworking, you know. Hard work is definitely essential. Yeah. So therefore, work, yes, it's there. Yeah. But at the same time, there's then great courage that you are able to fully accept that all this hard work will or might just, end up being nothing at all, might not bring success at all. Yes, that acceptance, yes, that's very, very important. And it's not like saying in a very masochistic way of saying, I sacrifice it, that kind of courage, no. It's just, you just know it. You just see that it is completely pointless, yeah. We can be a great artist, but at the same time, our work might mean nothing, It might only become something once we are dead. But during our lifetime, most likely it will mean nothing, like Van Gogh. But nevertheless, now everybody is talking about that strange painting, or those strange paintings of Van Gogh. And there are countless of commentaries about how good it is, how timeless it is, how it's beyond his era, and so on. Yes. But yes, one of the reasons why it is quite timeless is because he did work hard on one hand, but at the same time he had no real intent on having it popular or do this or do that, He was just really sort of lost in it, yeah, completely absorbed by it. And so I'm kind of imagining, and it may be the same for Tonton Gyalwa. Yeah. We have decorated his biography and his works in that sense, of course, as if obviously he's a Bodhisattva, obviously he's a Buddha, and so therefore obviously he has these grand aspirations, and he did it for all of us, Yes, we have decorated his works in that sense, and no problem, of course. If that is going to make us feel inspired, why not? Yeah. But really, I think in person or up close, then I think he was just good at his field, his 1,000 fields, and without any kind of hope or wish, he just did it. Yeah. And we may translate that now as aspiration, And if we put it into simple idioms like it's the thought that counts, or maybe that's not an idiom, it's a saying, I guess. So then that's where we can boil it down to in a very simplified manner. It's the thought that counts. Yeah. It's beautiful, of course, the whole composition from the beginning till the end. It's beautiful because, to start with, doesn't say kill, it doesn't say destroy, it doesn't say deceive, or anything like that. Yes, yet at the same time, it's not completely saying everything's good, everything's okay. No? It's just a sharing of his thought, yes, how he sees the world, From his artistic point of view, he sees that there's perfectly nothing wrong with seeing everybody having hats, So in this case, a very decorative hat, yes, that has on top of the hat a Chenrezig, And it's just nice, And so it's that thought that counts, I think. And those of us now, when we really delve deeper and deeper into it, then it's so enriching, it's so inspiring, peaceful. Yes. Yeah. After.
У меня вопрос такой, что такое правильное сочувствие, как отделить сочувствие от страдания? Я, когда вижу сочувствие другого человека, например, у матери умирает ребенок, я переживаю ее страданиями, после этого болею, также животные. Вот как научиться правильно сочувствовать?
So my question is about compassion. How can I separate my compassion from suffering? Because when I see somebody suffering, I start to suffer myself, and I even become sick because of it. And also, it's regarding people and both people and animals. And how can I develop the correct compassion and without getting suffering myself?
Yes. That's a very thoughtful question, of course. The only way I can think of answering that right now, on the spot, is we will not be able to really do away with that symptom. In terms of, yes, if you think about, or if you really, really look at a particular circumstance, the result-like experience is, yes, can be quite overwhelming, which we would maybe translate it as pain or suffering. But I think in here, what might make sense is, I think, to realize that, first of all, that's how it is, that it's kind of given, sometimes we might have sort of, we might end up crying maybe, or we might end up laughing, It's a sort of a fine line, and we don't know how to quite guarantee what kind of effect there will be. Yes. But I think the point here is probably we don't, or at least we try to not to take it too literal. Even though the feeling might be there, in terms of it makes us feel overwhelmed, But then at the same time, it is possible not to sort of, force oneself to become numb, But at the same time, not to take it too literal and too personal. Do you need to translate that? Oh, you are listening. Okay, very good. Yes. So, yes, it's kind of given. Yes, if you look, that's why I'm saying watching or viewing does take a lot of courage. Of course, we would like to be able to do more than just watch. Of course, be active, become, I don't know, the savior, the protector, the shield, the provider, everything. Yes. And so, of course, there's nothing wrong with engaging in those activities. Yes. But at the end of the day, that watching is it. And like I said, in the last few days, it might seem really quite passive and just I don't know, maybe to a certain point quite heartless. You're not doing anything. You're just you see what's happening, but why aren't you doing something, sort of thing. These kind of questions might come up. Yes. But nevertheless, that watching is not that simple. Yeah. And so, listening, it's not that simple. Yes. One of the titles, or just basically names, for the what we would say disciples or followers, but basically those who were interested in what Buddha had to say or do, Shakyamuni Buddha, to be more precise. Where of course nowadays we have a little bit overrated that particular term. In Tibetan it's called Nyinthe, I think. Nyinthe te tanda lecture ke tola kandarugo. Sharvaka. So Sharvakas. Yeah. And overrated meaning that that's sort of like saying, the Hinayanas or something, But I think it's actually a very interesting term. Yes. It's like saying watching, Nyentu, it's a sort of almost a double confirmation. Listener. It just means listener. And so therefore, to listen, it's not easy. Or to watch is not easy. It can be heavy, it can be deep, or it can be just something very, very plain, But it's like saying, come what may, Good weather, bad weather, not really saying bear it, but to have the courage to just moment after moment, day after day, just be there. Yes. So, for example, we have terms like at least he listened, at least she listened. There was someone to talk to. Because obviously no one can take away, what the burdens of others, But that feeling, that luxury, that so-called friend was there to at least listen, It's very powerful. Yeah. It's very courageous, and we praise that over and over, In everyday, ordinary circumstances, we praise this thing called friend. Why? Because whether it's a relative or not, doesn't matter. That he or she listened, There was someone to talk to. And so therefore, watching, same thing, yeah. So, one cannot stop, yes. One cannot simply stop the symptom or the side effect of it, yes. But we hopefully try to find our own way, of not taking it too personal. If you go into the side of taking things too personal, of course, then it's just, first of all, it's pointless, and secondly, now that's real pain, yes. Because then you might end up doing something really regrettable, yes. And so therefore the technique of watching is obviously to get as close as possible, It's not like through a binocular, but as close as possible. Yet at the same time, you also use the technique to deconstruct, let's say, certain ideas or habits, of saying things like, yes, this friend or relative or whoever it may be, father, mother, children, that saying is there, that habit is there, but at the end of the day, you are strangers, actually, to each other. It's only this habit, this process of habit, that made us feel so close. Yes. So therefore, deconstruct in that sense, so that you are very near, very, very near, closer than anything. Yes. Yet at the same time, that technique is not a numbing technique, but it's part of watching. Yes. When you really watch, you know that it's just a namesake to say, I'm your daughter, or I'm your son, or I'm your father or mother, And so therefore, we will be able to even watch those who are very close to us, dear to us, yet at the same time have that kind of composure, so that we don't do anything drastic. But the overall discomfort, or that what we say, it moved us, something moved us or moved me, that will still be there. Yeah. Not necessarily moved in a positive sense, that it might make us feel, sad, desperate, and things like that. But nevertheless, move us, we will still be able to allow ourselves to be moved by that observation, from that observation. Yet at the same time, not too close, meaning in this case, personal. This is personal. That's a line from Hot Shots, Part 2. Anyway. Apso and a certain character became one, and so therefore he couldn't say personal too good. Anyway, so not to become too personal, yes. Then, yes, watching strangers, of course, it's easy, but watching someone is not easy. Yes, and because all the traits, I don't know, someone who burps a lot, someone who picks their nose, or rubs their feet all the time, and then you're having, of course, daily conversations, but then you cannot help but watch that person just rub his feet over and over again, and then you're just telling yourself, praying to yourself, do not touch the biscuit, don't you dare. You're not, of course, you're not saying, in an audible way, but deep down you're saying, no, and voila, just does it, But kind of plays with it and puts it back into the plate. Yes. So, many things like that. So yes, it takes a lot of courage to watch. Yeah. Yeah, there are many things like that. I hope I kind of answer your question. Yes, now the gentleman.
Does it work? Hello.
Hello.
Thaye Gyalwa Karmapa.
Hello.
Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity to ask these many questions. So I wanted to ask a personal question about your own thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
It is said that you were a close disciple of historical Buddha Shakyamuni in your past lives, and a close disciple of Guru Rinpoche, and it is foreseen that in the future you will be reborn as the 7th historical Buddha, and or the 6th historical Buddha. And how do you personally relate to this experience? And
someone will, yes. Someone will, yes.
And also, in your previous lives as a Karmapa, you showed different miracles and displayed the abilities of Mahasiddhis, and maybe you could show us.
Yes. Yes. But the best part is you said you. So that's why I said someone will. Yes. Obviously someone will. Obviously someone will become a Buddha. 7th, 6th, I don't know, But sure enough, yes, someone will. Yes. And surely enough, someone has already been quite pally with Shakyamuni Buddha and Guru Rinpoche, Yes, someone already did, yes. There's no denying there, yes. But it's that kind of sort of play of words. I have still a difficulty in differentiating or using so like saying it's a play of language or play of words or concepts. I don't know quite which way to say it, but the point is, yes, someone will, yeah. Could be me, could be you, could be any one of us. Yeah. And it's not saying it's a lottery, but yes, someone will. Yeah. And it's kind of boring, because it sounds like it's rigged, especially when we hear the word prophecy, But we have this habit of, lottery or rigging a game or something. Yes, in cricket there was at some point a thing called match fix, and yes. Anyway, So, yes, we have these sort of notions and habits and ideas, and so therefore, once again, it's nodding along, a prophecy, just nod along, yeah. But these bodhisattvas are so skillful, They nod along not just to brush off the subject, At the same time, they actively are doing something, simultaneously. Yes. And so therefore, they would say something like, I will be this and that tomorrow, And of course, we are kind of captivated by that, of course. Because first of all, I had the habit of thinking that there is tomorrow, and then all the other, the rest that comes with that idea. And so when someone says, I will be there, it's comforting, yes, very, very comforting, yes. Probably it's part of watching, I suppose, to say, I'm here for you, I will be there, Obviously, I won't be there, yeah. Because by tomorrow, the situation has completely changed, yes. And a figment or imagination of me might be there, so something similar looking, yes, but it's completely different. Yeah, that's why I was saying that time that we feel like we are here today, in the same spot more or less, but it's not. It's a completely new thing, actually. So therefore, to count to say the seventh Buddha or something, it's completely meaningless, actually. So therefore, these bodhisattvas, while nodding along, very skillfully, told the secret. Yeah. It's just some may get it right away. Yeah. Like Shakyamuni Buddha, he told to his 5 friends, "Come here, my friends," or something like that. And I forget which was the first one. And the first one just understood what it meant. Yeah. And then his dreadlocks and beards vanished. Yeah. And then of course Buddha had to say 4 more times, And each time he said that, then one of them was having a very magical transformation, Their beards fell off, their dreadlocks fell off, and became all Mr. Clean, So, yes, the so-called secret teaching, it's always given, yeah. Even when they just nod along, yes. But it's always there. Yeah. And for those of us who don't quite know or aware of it, I might just feel that, might just take it in a very, very ordinary way. Yeah. So yeah, to us it's the same thing. Yes. One can say, "Oh, I was a very close friend of someone, We used to hang out, and so on." Sure, I'm not gonna argue, But what does that really mean? Will I get a free table or something? Yeah. I have rubbed shoulders with the most enlightened beings of that time, you know. So what, you know? So, yes, I think, yeah, miracle, at the end of the day, it's either the concept or the words or language. It's that agreement that we have made, you know, or sort of, you know. We agree, we have this habit of agreeing that I'm here, you are there, over and over again, and now it's so magical, you know. I really feel that I'm here, you really feel that you're there. If this is not miracle, then what is? Yes. So, yes. Any other questions? One was there, yes, from that time.
Дорогой Gyalwa Karmapa, Ла-Ла, спасибо за прекрасный курс. Ближе, да. Но большую часть курса я мало понимал, что ты говоришь. Я старался наблюдать, но все равно понимал мало. И иногда в следующий момент ты тоже говорил, что не очень понимаешь, о чем это. Это вызывало много радости и облегчения. И вопрос в том, нормально ли это сидеть здесь и не очень понимать, что ты говоришь, и не помнить потом ничего. Стоит ли об этом беспокоиться или нет? Спасибо.
So, dear Gyalwa Karmapa, Lama La, thank you very much for your teachings. I must admit that very often I was sitting and not understanding what you were saying. And so my question is it okay if I have attended the course, but as a result I have understood very few things and I hardly remember anything from what was said? Is it okay?
It's completely okay. Particularly those of us who thought we understood something, you know. If you really ask everything. So it's the same, yeah. We just spend some time together, that's it. Yeah. Nothing more, you know. And during that time, whether we were, either nodding along or nodding off, you know, doesn't matter. Yeah. Hopefully during that time, we broke away from certain habits, you know, certain daily habits of worrying, habits of being sad, habits of being angry, you know. And I think that's very, how to say, it's worth it, you know. I think that's good, yeah. Yeah. There was someone, yes, from streaming, is it? But you, okay, yes. See how the magic works, you know.
You were saying about the creation phase. We're not sure
who
we are. Back to Chenrezig and my technical questions.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who we are,
yeah.
Chenrezig. And then you said we are the carpet.
Yeah.
And then yesterday you said we're the mud, which also sounds. I was feeling like when I do this activity of creation phase, I'm also the pure awareness plus the confused, distracted, emotional self altogether. And I feel like just it's almost like trying to shift above. That's the process that I see. But I was just reflecting on, this, who we actually are.
Yeah.
And how to make the above more pure.
Easy. You think of a really dirty mud, and then the lotus will be that much more pristine. Yeah. And so, there's nothing wrong with focusing on the mud, Let it be as chaotic or dirty as possible, But dirty, of course. If you zoom in, what does a dirty mud really mean? Obviously, all kinds of fascinating things, Put it under a microscope, and there are universes and universes of, again, more mud and more lotus, And that's it. Yeah. So, creation is just another agreement, meaning, agreeing, yes, that there is a thing called this and that, and then after some time, if assembly of more than 4 people, or more than three. If there's an agreement, then it's real, yes. And then the Chenrezig is real. Yeah. If it's among 3 individuals, it's difficult, There is a feeling that I'm being bullied, 2 against 1, yes. So I have to say, okay, there is Chenrezig, but I don't really do it because I'm being bullied, into thinking that there is Chenrezig. Yes. But 4 and more, then it's kind of a common agreement, Yeah. So therefore, then we can call it creation. We could call it completion, anything. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Who we are, or who I am. If there is no society, if there is no society, that's it. Then it just doesn't mean anything, doesn't matter. Yes, it only matters if there's a society, and just so that we don't get mixed up, then we say, I don't know, the big one, the tall one, the tubby one, or whatnot. Yes, and then accordingly, that's who we are. But that only exists within the arena of that society, of within that agreement, nothing more. And so therefore solitude is very interesting, yes. It's not because solitude is better than society, yes. But during solitude, then it's all those notions of whether I'm the good one or the bad one, it kind of disappears, Yeah. And you don't even have to look into a mirror, yes. And you can rub your feet as much as you like. Because and eat the biscuits, because it's your own digestive system, So you can tolerate yourself, yes. So you won't get sick, yes. But if someone eats that biscuit, they might have stomach issues, yes. Because it's not exactly the same digestive system. Yeah. Last question. Yes, lady.
Dear Karmapa, I'm very happy to be here with you and everyone. Thank you for everything you are doing for us. And my question, I have a brother and a sister, and we have the same father. I met them 2 years ago. They have fallen under the influence of Islam, which is unfortunately currently very strong in my country, Kyrgyzstan, and especially among young people. And I make wishes for them, place their photo for blessings, bring them blessed items, and even took my sister to a Buddhist lecture and meditation. And my cousin also, with whom I grew up, has also become deeply devoted to Islam. I tried to talk about Buddhism without putting pressure or engaging in debates. And question, will they meet Dharma in their next lives because of my wishes for them? And what else can I do for them besides making wishes?
I don't know. You silently go to them when they're sleeping and, the the hair.
Should I bring it to you? I mean hairs. I mean hairs.
Yes, of course. What else? Yes. Their toenails, I don't know. And then I will do some black magic. Yes.
Okay, I will try to bring it.
It's the thought that counts, yeah, really. So, yeah, doesn't matter. It's a beautiful thought, yes. But we have been Buddhists for some time, and are we doing naughty things? Are we doing good things? We don't know. Yes. But we are agreeing that I'm a Buddhist, That's it. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Everyone will do what they wish to do. And we are not their parents. We are not their teacher. But nevertheless, of course, we can watch, listen, interact to the best of our ability. And yeah, you never know. Something beautiful might happen. Yeah. Just because of a certain lifestyle or a certain practice won't change anyone, really. Yeah. Okay, last question. Okay, you have something interesting? But there was someone from there. Okay. Would you be a gentleman? Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question regarding concepts and words. And I sometimes struggle. I feel like there are so many, also regarding like Dharma, and I sometimes wonder which one should I get into and which one not. It's like sometimes it's so much, and it always sounds like, yeah, it's good to know this, but I feel overwhelmed. And sometimes I also feel like if I go and think, I stop doing or experiencing. And so, yeah, can you say something about that?
Particularly in Buddhism, there are too many fields or names, yes. So which is the best to do? Yeah, or to, yes. Dharma, or Buddha Dharma to be precise, it's known as remedy, antidote, yes. Those are the metaphors for Buddha Dharma. Of course, a commonly used is method, yeah. And so, method in a way that is like a remedy. And so therefore, yes, of course, we have saying, this many volumes of teaching and tantras and sutras and shastras and so on, yes. I mean, of course, we have a very interesting way of numbering, like saying 84,000 teachings and all that. But I think what it really means is that something like the description of hell. I mean, even from a Buddhist point of view, I mean, there are some general ones, yes. And it is said that the description of hell that we may find in the text, which are written a long, long time ago, yes, I believe they are not. The current state of hell is very different from those descriptions. In fact, they have improved a lot, I heard. Yes. Basically advanced, developed. Yes. So the hell that was being described were during ancient times. So therefore, there were only so many materials you could use, tools you could use to destroy. But nowadays there are so many more amazing gadgets, weapons of mass destruction, and cutting-edge technologies like nano technologies. And so similarly, I believe hell has also improved accordingly, And so, anyway, what does that say? Is that the more creative we are in, in doing something, let's say in this case, in something destructive, similarly, the remedy will also improve equally. So therefore, it's always in parallel, So, and therefore, if you can list down the kind of emotions we feel nowadays, and the kind of emotions maybe parents' generation used to experience, let's say. Well, in this case, let's say of our current state, Then, accordingly, there are that many remedies or dharmas. Yeah. So it will always be equal. Yeah. The more creative we can be in terms of, being jealous or being angry, being very, very angry, but very well poised, calm. Like, s'il vous plaît. For me, that was like, wow, So, yeah, accordingly, the Dharma will equally, either increase or decrease or whatnot. Yeah. For example, it is said that in this era there are so-called 3 vehicles of the Dharma, and there are other universes where they will have hundreds of vehicles. That says something. Yeah. So, I think it all depends on how curious we are. Yeah. If you are curious, then no matter the amount of remedies or Dharma, Buddha Dharma, that is, there are, we will be fascinated to know them, Yeah. And we might be kind of happy that, in that context, that it never ends, There's always something new to learn. Yeah. And so, one of the traits of or signs of awakening oneself as a bodhisattva or something is that it is said that curiosity is always there. So therefore there's nothing that a bodhisattva would not learn. That bodhisattva would learn everything and anything that there is to know. Yeah. Because of course they're not really bothered about whether they will remember or not. Obviously, the more you involve yourself with something, you will remember for sure. Yes, but the point is not really to store. I think, like for an exam or something. Instead, the more curious you become and the more interactive you become, it will sink into you like like any habit. And at some point you won't have to think about it, just like breathing. Yes, you don't have to think about breathing. You just do. The learning part is probably something like smack on the bottom when we are first born. Yes, maybe that's the part of practice or learning or trying to memorize, But from there onwards, already we are breathing. Already within the womb, that process is already taking place. Yes, you're breathing with your biological mother, more or less. Yes. So, so therefore, one can just, start learning from anywhere, from any starting point. So therefore, we can come from the right, the left, doesn't matter. Just learn, as if you are obsessed, with it. Yeah. And basically become some sort of a bookworm. Yes. And then that's it. Yes. Slowly, everything will become a part of your habit, whatever you have learned and tried. Yes. So, with that, yes, okay, you had something to say at that time.
Yeah, it's the Karmapa. It's connected with what you just said. Shama Rinpoche in Dakpo gave a teaching about the Vajrayana praxis.
Okay.
At least I was listening to his recordings, and he said the Vajrayana praxis is that we imagine ourselves as a yidam.
Okay.
And the world around ourselves is our mandala.
Okay.
But that was just a very brief explanation. Maybe you can refer on that. How to practically do that?
Well, just try. Yes, just try. Practically do as in which way?
That is more or less my question. I mean, do I imagine myself as a yidam from?
Okay.
Like, as good as I do,
Yeah.
I will lose that concentration for sure very easy, and what it means to live in the mandala of that. I mean, I have no practical idea about that. Actually, this is it.
I don't know. Yes. Just try. So I think no more questions, yeah? You have? Okay. Now,
Karmapa, I just noticed in the recent time that that in the recent time my mind gets worse. So my forgetfulness, concentration, I don't find things immediately. And I'm a bit worried that it could also influence my capacity to meditate, to make efforts, because really, and also I'm very tired every afternoon during work already, and in the evening I just can't anymore. I can't meditate. It's really just very like a zombie. So maybe you have some advice for this situation. I mean, can you say in general, the older you get, the more difficult meditation becomes?
Of course, forgetfulness, and particularly, as you said, with age, of course, those are things that sort of comes with time. Yes. Surely there are, of course, I mean, we know people with, if you compare ourselves to a certain, I don't know, a certain someone with great knowledge, with great memories and so on, obviously we will feel as if, maybe I'm missing something, But, it's just normal. It's very, very normal. Very normal to forget, yes. At the end, we will forget everything. Sorry? Yes, it's okay.
Yes. I mean, it's a bit cynical, but I said at the end, we don't need all that memory stuff anymore.
No, we don't.
So, but to then, so I would still like to make some progress in meditation.
Yes, we do what we can now. Yeah. We cannot say how we will do it tomorrow, but now we do. What we can, we do, and we do it to the best of our ability. And tomorrow I might forget. Yes. Tomorrow I might not wake up. Doesn't matter. Or I could be doing the same thing every day again and again and again, Also no problem. Yeah. But we do know. Yes. we do what we can now. And we don't have to worry about this load of memory, having to improve in terms of, increasing the size of the iCloud, or the cloud data, there are loads of memory already, as we say, in the form of karma. There are tons of it. More fascinating ones that we can think now, that we can imagine right now. And at one point, when we wake up, then we will have a, what did they say? We'll have a picnic, of choosing what karma to work with, in terms of memory or knowledge or whatnot, It's just, it's in some ways overrated. Yes, there's plenty. So therefore, we don't have to worry. But now we do our best. Now we do our best to think in the best way we can, speak the best way we can, do the best way we can, and without too much worry or concern. Okay. So then now we focus on Chenrezig, like how we have done in the past days. And yes, I think I don't have to repeat much, except for that part of being a very dirty mud, but not really dirty mud. It's just, basically another way of putting it is being a very good soil, so that if the soil is really quite, well, of course we can call it organic, but in short, really wholesome, wholesome soil, meaning without too much of a judgment, that we kind of accept, and embrace all kinds of traits, eating toenails, farting, I don't know, all kinds of really annoying, habits, So we embrace everything, yes. So therefore it's a very good composition. It's a really good soil. And therefore you can give birth to something beautiful. Like I said, like memory, The soil is like memory in a way, or karma. And so therefore it has all kinds of variety. It's not just pure sand or pure this or that, but it's very wholesome. Yes. And then what we are doing is kind of moisten that soil. A mud is sort of like a symbol of having enough moisture. Yes. Yeah. So how do we moist ourselves, let's say. It's to get a little bit closer, not too personal, but get a little bit close. Yes. Not too close, but close enough, because then you will see also all sorts of things, and like we say, it was not as it is not as it seems, or something. And so therefore then you will discover so many things about yourself, and you will discover so many things about others, and definitely it will make us move, and feel something. Maybe most of the things we see about ourselves and others is not all positive things, but through that not so positive things we can kind of connect. Yes, groupism. So therefore you kind of are able to connect that, yes, so we share the same confusion, we share the same mistakes or bad habits or something. And then that I see this, state will slowly sort of melt, and then that soil will become very supple, let's say. And then something beautiful will grow from there. So the symbolic one is that of a lotus, yes. And then the rest, of course, it's in the sadhana, the whole generation or the whole creation of Chenrezig. So it's like saying, not really escaping samsara, but embracing it more or less, but not to a point where you will be engulfed by it, So therefore you are smart, you are aware, you will not let yourself be sucked into it. Yes. So it's kind of like being a cat, They can be as close as possible with, with something very dangerous, yes. Next to a crocodile or something, But nevertheless, so flexible, so aware, but yet very relaxed, that it will not let itself be captured by it, but at the same time so close that they can observe everything. Anyway, the point is that then we don't degrade ourselves, we don't put ourselves down by thinking, I'm just dirty mud, Yeah. But kind of embrace that without this mud, no lotus will be born, So it's kind of like embracing oneself and taking pride, that it's not that I have a part to play, but more than that, I'm going to, give birth to something beautiful, yes? And without me, it won't happen, And so therefore, taking certain good pride, yes? And then, yes, then we let everything generate. And then we try to see that everyone is mud, And so we are all one big happy, farm or something, I don't know. Yeah. And then, pluck, 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 all kinds of Chenrezigs will be born. Yes, it's nice, Yeah. And then, yes, completion, of course, or dedication. All things must sort of come to an end, all good things must come to an end, sort of thing. Again, no blasphemy there, recycles, and then starts all over again. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. New soil, new addition to the soil, and makes the soil even more vibrant than before. Yes. So therefore, no fear of dedicating, and because there is no fear or rigidness, the soil is not like a dry clay, where nothing will grow. But it's sort of a really good soil, so relaxed that if the seeds drop somewhere or something, it is able to absorb it, and so basically become once again a greater soil. So like that we generate, like that we complete over and over again. So then let's meditate.
lime jayen daran zone doron jen chan jen go in your do shoy san jen chen dan son jen cho naim la chan joy boran dan nen jab soy chen da ye gom den jebe so naim je do laim ben je san jen do bra shoy san jen chen dan son jen cho naim la chan joy boran do dan nen jab soy chen da ye gom den jebe so naim je do laim ben ye san jen do bra shoy san jen chen son jen cho naim lai chan jo baran do dan ne jab soi chen Jimbe sonaim jen do laim ben je san jen do brai shoen da soen ka joy sim jen gi che zoen ben garai da ve de re le pa join je re se karasa vesre nga den tro zezon to jen jen je se cha jen dang bo en tal jaran ze wen ye shen den ben garan nam tar da rin jen jen ge de re da ba ben de yo so ba me be o jen jen Sham nye dorje gen don sho timen da warai jam den ba cham ne gun do ngo jo cho jen ge ma gen gun do kar zo sa jen ge o la jin tu jen 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 do la sin chen re se la cha ca lo cho jen ge ma gen kun do kar zo san je ge o la jin tu jen jen do la sin chen re se la cha ca lo cho jen ge ma gen kun do kar zo san je ge o la jin tu jen jen do la si chen re se la cha za lo pa ba chen re se wan da cho jo de son sho ba ye ja wa Kunen dang wen chan sai lo men do do be mar men dim sha ze ro mo la so ba gon jo ye gen to nem bo pa ven so ge she so so tom men nen dan dem bar mi gen cho nan sam men Nye mo wan juro embe, dig bo en tam je shabrai je, nyen de ran jo en jan jo sim, so so en je o e la so en ba, des ge wo en je sa embe, so na em la nien da ye rang, sim nam ge sam ba en da, lo yen je da je dra wa che te mo en te ba yin che je kor lo en kor do so kor wa je se ma do en ba nyang ye men do en to je Jinwa Yi Sim Jen Nam Lai Si So So Da Ge So Naim Chi Saim Ban Tam Jen Jang Join Jun Join Rembo Mendo Do Wa Yi Dembe Baldo Da Join Jen Te Drain Se Je Son Daim Be Paben Kulle Wisret Madan Le Noin To Shin Jan Chinen De Wain Jingishin Nanju Chendu Lunga Sim Chere Sin Wain Kusun To Nanda Rido Yerme Enjoy Manim Beme Manim Beme Manim Beme Manim Beme Hoy 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 manim beme manim beme hoy 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 manim beme manim beme hoy 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 manim beme Kunjoin kundun tsawe lamai chu, chujoin kundun tsawe lamai chu. Sebrain chujoin berjen nasain jen, baldin lamoy ranjoin jamoy ne. Sejain kordain jebrain jebrain jen, jalboin namoin teze ngagenda. Dorje lekboin singun shinjoin dain kanan dorje jalboin lasoin be. Karma en bayin den bayin jona en lai samye shanga en deze nga joinji. Dharma en zaje ben za amren da en zagera da en chaim che bayin shi. Tiya nga da en samye en che bayin da en de go en da en kunsa en che be. Che je en che yin den zon bayin de ne zo en che shen do ben go zo en che. Te ba ma le ba en de bra en je en che la en de ne so wa en da ba en de da so en con la en cho da en de mo en je en con do en de do en de la en so wa en da ke bra en ze re ne me en ba je en je ye la sam je ge je en sam ye la tum ne en karma en ba en she ba en go en da ge ma le nyur do en tu ba en da Karma en bayi den la ne je na en da ge talwa shin do lo bayi. Ne ba en da da ni do en zal do so en de dra en je den de ben ge. Manjuro en do wa sim jen dam jen go en zo be san je go ba en to je ngo en da nin je wa en tam jen do la ma mi dorje idam dorje nal juro Berjen so namya yermen go vai shoy emai ho ngo sarai sanje nawa Thaye Dorje so jo en tunje jembo en da Indo sembo en tojen tom naem la sanje jasen ba me en korgen Denje ngo sarai bando men ba yin de wo en chen shen jawe shin ga em de da shin de ne en se ben jur ma en da en che wo shin je bar ma en che ba Dero jene na de shal do sho de ge da ge ma la tam bo de cho jo san je ja sen tam je ge mem chin je lam do so de ya da ben za de ya awa en buddha na ye so ha chon de jo zen je go en son yen zo la je ra da ge de zo en ge za en ba gun jo sam la che ba and then boy benjoy jen ge wa sim jen gon lai ngo dogan san jen tom jro je ge san tam jen jen de jo lai min jro jen dim nyen da ne zo zo de Seri neme nyamdo emben sedre sajo nenjoje namjen seben jurma enda ende wa enjendo engenjuro enje kenem be ma enkajende luden de la sanje chanju domne Jizendo intulbendo dembai sho so naim de yen tam jese bani omne nyen ben da noim pam je de je ga noim chen pa loim tu ba yi sim be so len do ai sho chang jo sim ne rim bo che man je bo noim ge jo je bo nyam bo men bo dam gon ne gon do pe ai sho.
Dear friends, for tomorrow morning's dedication, please bring the Sojong books with you as long as also Samantha Badra, the King of Aspiration prayers. So